If you're not real, this won't work. Motivational speaking, it's a gift that I have that I can speak to people. I'm bad at a lot of stuff. I personally believe I'm good at this. But I'm also very raw with people. If you're not going to be open today and you're not open to engaging, you're not saying, oh, who's that guy with a tattoo? This isn't going to be a normal motivational speech today. I do sales training, leadership development. I've done it for Fortune 50 companies with thousands of people in the room. And I've done it with rooms of 70, 80 people like this. And I actually like rooms like this better because I can talk to you. We can get everybody engaged. There was a lot of people in here, and I'm so grateful for you, that came up to me and said, man, I follow your stuff. Dude, that is the most humbling and rewarding thing that you can come to as a speaker when someone says, I've seen you before. I flew 3,600 miles to be here today. I got in at 11:30 p.m. last night real quick, and we're going to talk about a story. Now, if you guys look on here, it says how many of you have goals and how many of you actually tie emotions to your goals. See, when my dad passed away, it was in hospice. He's laying on his bed, and I remember sitting next to my dad, and I'm holding his arm. It's the day before he passed away. I'm literally holding his arm like this. He has a very limp arm. They've drugged him up. It's just time to go, right? It's time. God, sorry, guys. I've told this story 9 million times. I get emotional every time. But he's holding my arm like this, and he can't respond. And I remember saying, Dad, I'm going to finish the book. This was the book. Back in the day. Self-published, it's called The Things I Do Know. It's a mindset book. It's got different words and what they mean to me, not the Webster's Dictionary, like perseverance, right? And my dad said, you got to finish the book, Todd. And he told me that for just months and months and months, where 2 years went by and I didn't finish the book. And he kept telling me, son, you have a story. We didn't give you everything financially, but we gave you everything in love. And my dad was the richest man in love, but he was just very horrible at finance. And I don't want to be anything like my dad when it comes to money. God rest his soul, but I'd love to be like him in love. He says, finish the book, Todd. Please do that. That's all that I ask. Second thing that he asked, speak on stage. I want you to tell the world the real about what we went through so people can believe that there's a chance to come out of environments like you were in. I don't think there's a mother or father. Raise your hand in this room right now if you don't want your children, the people that you love, to be more than you. Nobody? Weird. Me neither. But as I'm laying there next to his deathbed and I'm holding his arms like this, I said, Dad, I'm going to finish the book. I promise you. I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to speak on stage. And I'm going to be as real as I can be. And some people are going to love me and some people are going to hate me, and I love you. And this isn't the last time we're going to meet. And I felt this. I felt 2 squeezes. And this isn't fake. I can't cry on key, guys. My daughter can. She's 11. She's amazing at it. But it was 2 squeezes, and my life changed forever. 2017, I'd never spoke on stage before. In October of 2017, 3 months after my dad passed away, I had my first speaking event at the Dr. Phillips Performing Arts Center in Orlando, Florida. It's a hall with 300 people in it, and I filled it with all of my friends and family, and I lost thousands of dollars. But I promised my dad that I would speak and I would tell my story, so I had some cool speakers. And actually, if you don't mind, give Q a round of applause real quick here. The next major event that I did was here in LA. It was a thing called City Gala. I fly out to LA, or first of all, I get a phone call from a guy named Ryan Long, God rest his soul, he passed away. It was Halle Berry's cousin. And he saw my very first YouTube video up on YouTube. He looked at it and he goes, hey, Todd, we want you to come speak with Matthew McConaughey, Ashton Kutcher, Ty Lopez, Noel Lee, who owns Beats by Dre. And I'm on the phone with this guy. First of all, how'd you get my number? Second, am I getting punked? You said Ashton Kutcher. Like, I'm nobody. I have no name. I promise you, I've never spoken before except in front of huge sales teams that I ran. He says, no. We love to give speakers like you an opportunity to speak and to elevate your lives. I said, man, that's great. My wife's birthday, March 2nd, 2018. Fly out to LA on my own dime. And he says, you're speaking at Universal Studios. Dude, it's a huge stage. So Friday night I speak, I go to Universal Studios, I look in the window, and there's this massive stage and nobody there. The seats are empty, there's blue lights. I'm telling you, the stage was like that wall to like double that wall. It was massive. And I called Ryan, I said, hey, Ryan, dude, let me ask you a question. Where is everybody? He said, I was speaking on Friday night. He goes, oh, no. You don't speak there. You're speaking at this other place for the newbie speakers. I was like, oh, here we go. This guy flew all the way. I go to this stage. I speak. I promise you the stage is these 4 squares. It's smaller than this stage. And I'm sitting there. It's $10,000 a seat in this environment. And I remember saying to myself, I got duped. They made me come out here to speak to them, but I'm going to make the best of it. So I'm sitting there probably about 6 or 7 vodkas deep because I'm the second to last speaker to speak, and there's like 12 speakers before me. You got 20 minutes to wow the world, and that's that. So I get up on stage, and right before I looked up at my father, and I said, Dad, you promised me to be real. I'm going to be real. And guess what? Q was there. I get up on stage. Tonight I got no fear, because the truth is, it's a little selfish, but the best thing that I love about myself is helping people. The message has to change. If there's personal development coaches, if there's people actually speaking that they want to change lives and help other people, don't speak it, live it. I say to everybody, because I don't know if you guys have been to an event where there's like people are eating and they're speakers, and all you hear is the silverware clanking on the, and there's people like me that flew across the country to be here for our first speaking event, and it was just rude. Nobody was listening. And there was round tables, right? So a lot of people's backs were to the speakers. And I remember telling myself, I'm like, dude, this is crazy. Like, why? And I'm watching it the whole time, and then vodka's getting to me, and I'm like, oh God, here goes Todd. He's gonna lose every opportunity to speak worldwide. And I get up on stage and I said, hey guys, before I start, I know you don't know who I am, but I just want to thank the wait staff and everybody here that put this event on, because I don't think anybody thanks those people, and they should. And no speaker before me did. I think it's worthless because I don't think titles matter. Todd can be the owner. It's Todd and Todd. Titles don't matter to me. Okay, now for respect reasons, obviously, in hierarchy, yes. But remember, I train sales and leadership organizations. You should be working with people, not for them. So I couldn't believe that nobody thanked these people. So I say, I want to thank all those people. Then I want to thank the people that put on the event like this. And I got 2 questions for the rest of you. And some people's backs were still there and plates were clanking. And I went this to the microphone. Is this thing on? And everybody turned around like, who the heck is this guy? And then I said, hello, is this thing on? Hello. And then everybody turned around and you could hear a pin drop in the room. I said, good, now that I have everybody's attention, I have 2 questions to ask for you guys, because I don't think the speakers before me or the servers here or the people that put on this event got the respect they deserve. So there's only 2 things that I took from this. It's either you think you know everything or you got too much money to care. Which one is it? And my dad said, when you do that and you speak at a very, very pivotal point, you have to count to 10 seconds and not say a word. So in my head, I'm going, I'm like, holy shit, everybody's looking at it. And some people were like, screw this guy. And other people started clapping. And other people started standing. And Q took the footage. And at that moment, I knew that I had a gift. I had a gift to touch people's lives because I wanted them to know me. And I said, if you don't know who I am, my name is Todd Speciale. You're going to know who I am. I'm honored to be here. I expect you to pay attention over the next 20 minutes. Now, the reason why I tell you that story is because in environments like this, I'm going to be looking at these slides, and I want you guys to pay attention, because your egos and pride is what's going to stop you from learning today. And I don't care if you're a vendor, if you're an employee, or you're working with A1 American, but it's a gift for me to be here, and I thank you guys. So real quick, we're going to get into this. How many of you have big goals? Raise your hand if you have a big goal in life. If you don't mind me sharing, sir, what is the big goal other than biceps? You already have them.
Be successful and leave legacy.
Love that. So when you say be successful, what does be successful mean?
Be successful in life with my children, be an example for them, how I live my life, how I treat people, and how I, professionally interact with my customers and people that are in my life.
Amen, sir. Do you tie emotion to your goals?
I try to be aware of my emotions.
As in, if I asked you to tie an emotion or goal, what do you think I would be asking you to do?
It's a good question. I'm not exactly.
You can stop right there, sir. And your name, sir? Matt, thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate that. Here's the thing. Everybody has big goals. And you know what I get all the time? Is I get extraordinary answers just like Matt gave me. That's a great answer. But is it enough? And the reason why I asked that, and I'm going to ask you guys today, is because when I asked Matt that, he said to leave a legacy, right? To be financially stable, to give my kids more than I have. But if you're not tying something emotional to a goal, it's just another goal without an action plan, and you don't really care about it. You say you do, but do you really? Like, if I told you that I could give you tools today that will change your life forever, Matt, that will impact your children's lives and give them the ability to go to college. My daughter's in dance. Anybody got a daughter that's in competition dance? Holy cow, that's expensive. But if I don't earn the money to do what I do, Matt, I can't give her the luxury that I didn't have as a child to go out and do that. When I say tie something emotional to your goals today, I'm going to get you guys interacted into this. I want you to think and I want you to write stuff down today, because if you're not writing stuff down, you're going to forget it. If you write down tie something emotional to your goal today, I want you to think deep into that. What will the money do for you, Matt? And what will it do for your kids? Do you want to go on a trip to Italy because of the time you get to spend with your family? Is there a vacation that your wife wants to go on? But I want you to tie emotion to it. Is it college? Is it to make sure that they have food on the table? We all have stories. My story is not more important than yours. But if you guys have a goal today and you're with A1 American and you write down what that goal is, whether it's I want to go from 100 to 200K. 200K for what? 200K to $500,000. For what? What are you tying to that goal? To buy a house? Okay, what will the house do for your family? What is the impact? Is it the playground in the backyard that you can spend 2 hours a day with your children? Is it the pool that I couldn't afford as a child so I can spend time with my family so I don't have the same regret that my dad had? I don't want to be the mother or father of a child saying, I didn't give you the best of what I was. I want my kids to look at me one day and say, Dad, you are the reason why I am the woman that I am today, because I have 3 daughters, 28, 23, and 11. Yes, I have a 28-year-old. You're supposed to applaud for that because I look 20, right? No, I've also been married 27 years. You got to give me a round of applause for that. Thank you so much. Thank you. 3 wives, but whatever. It doesn't matter. Just kidding. But the reason why I'm telling you guys this on the slide is I want you to pay attention is because who suffers if you don't win? Are you writing that down? I want you guys to think about this. If you call in sick one day, like my parents could never do, who suffers if you don't win? I started selling vacuum sweepers door to door when I was 15 years old. If I don't make money, can't eat. Who suffers if you don't win? Go to school, get out at 2 p.m. in a small town in Missouri, have to go sell vacuum sweepers. Anybody heard of a rainbow? $2,000, 19% interest back in 1990. I didn't have a choice. So who suffers? And who wins when you win? See, a lot of us say we have goals, but we don't really think about that. Your story has to be attached to a goal. Your goal has to be attached to emotion. You have to get deep into your goals and find out what it truly means. Because we can all say, I want to make $500,000 next year. I want to make $1 million the year after that. Money doesn't make you happy. I mean, having money will. But it's not the end-all be-all. I was just telling Q, I did an event. I actually married 2 very good friends of mine on Saturday. I'm ordained. And I married these 2 people. There's 800 people at the wedding. The guy flies into a helicopter in the back of the Waldorf Hotel. He gets into a Bugatti next to the golf course. Not kidding. Drives a Bugatti up this, and then an elephant. They have an Indian wedding, and they have a Christian wedding. I did the Christian wedding, obviously. I'm like, where am I? The rich and famous? Like, it's nuts. But I met so many people there. I learned a lot of this stuff. But see, I would just meet them, shake their hand, and keep it going if I didn't have emotion attached to my goal. Because I'm thinking if this relationship can help build me and I can serve them, because there's a difference between selling and serving, you guys. Let's be very clear. My company, Make Sales Great, has nothing to do with politics. It was a catchy name 12 years ago because I truly believe that salespeople, a lot of them these days, they lie just to put people's money into their pockets. I wanted to teach people the original way. Like when my dad, who was born in 1931, he said, your handshake is your bond, son. What you say is what you will do. They didn't need 24,000 pieces of paper for people to initial to get good business. But if I don't attach a goal, something emotional to it, then now I'm just meeting people and they're just other people that I meet. Now I'm thinking, not what I can get out of them, how can I serve you so I can accomplish the goals that I want? And that's how you build sales in a better life, because some of us are going to let our stories kill us. My version of hard. Guys that ran illegal poker games for 10 years. Who plays pool in here? Everybody play billiards? Pool in here? I grew up in a pool hall. I learned the art of sales and negotiation in a pool hall. I was 16 years old after selling vacuum sweepers door to door. I sat at a bar in a pool hall watching people play for 6 months and gamble before I ever picked up a pool stick. I play pool left-handed, but I'm right-handed because I didn't know how to hold the stick. I watched people play games like cribbage, tonk, pinochle, gambling, hundreds of dollars on top of the light post right above the pool table. And you know what I learned? The art of negotiation. See, if Derek was better than me at pool, I saw a guy that was way better than Derek go up to Derek and say, Derek, I mean, you're playing really good these days, man. Like, honestly, I can't give you weight anymore. You have to give me a handicap. And I was thinking to myself, this guy's way better than, like, that's what I'm watching. He's hustling him. He's selling him. He made him believe that he was better than him to where it wasn't gambling anymore. I watched the art of negotiation. Todd puts up 2,000. Todd puts up 500 because Todd's not as good, but I was better. I learned the art of negotiation. I learned the art of reading people. When you play gin, how they pick up the cards and put it in their hand, where they put it. I learned everything in a pool hall. And then I started running illegal card games back in 2003. Anybody know who Chris Moneymaker is? Anybody play poker? He won the World Series of Poker in 2003 off a $29 buy-in online. He won $2.5 million. After that, Texas Hold'em was a huge, so guess what? I'm a businessman. I'm from the streets. No college education, no nothing. I thought, hey, I could take $5 a pot. I'll put a towel over my kitchen table. I'll deal, and then I can make $200-300 a night. Well, that turned into me building one of the nicest poker tables with lights around, just like in WPT. I started dealing faster. I got really good at dealing because the more hands you got out, the more money you made. So I started making $10,000, $12,000 a week cash for 10 years, where the vice president of Walt Disney World played at my poker game. My dad would cater the food. We would buy any type of alcohol they wanted, and it would be an experience where they wouldn't have to drive an hour and a half to go to a casino. We did in all the sky rises downtown, and then I got robbed at gunpoint 3 times. Yes, it took me 3 times to realize I'm an absolute idiot and I need to get a real job. Because this wasn't long ago. See, Chris Moneymaker won the World Series of Poker in 2003. I ran card games for 10 years. That's 2013. There was a lot of hard, there was a lot of struggle, there was a lot of personal perseverance, and the people that I surrounded myself with changed me. But see, I didn't let my story stop me. We all have a story, and although my story looks cool, there's 2 things that you guys have to think about, and I want you to really think about this. See, the picture on the left here is my 11-year-old. She was 5 at the time. The picture on the right, anybody know who that is? My dad. This is the last time I got to hold my dad's hand. And I remember sitting in bed one day, and my daughter has her arm on me like this, right at 4 or 5 years after my dad passed away, and I remember the picture of my father. And I said to God, like, this is a full circle moment for me. And I remembered regret. And I said, the pain of discipline now, and what I have to do to provide for my family, to give them the life that I want while I'm tying something emotional to it, Matt, is worth the discipline now. My question to you is when is too late too late? Anybody know what kills most people in nursing homes? Regret. Look it up. It's not my statistic. Harvard did a study on this. 67% of people that pass away in nursing homes are based on regret and loneliness. I wish I would have. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. I should have worked harder. I should have tied something emotional to my goal to give the kids. I wish I would have done this. So, guys, I'm never going to be the what if guy. You shouldn't either. Because the truth is, many of us today are going to go through all of this stuff, and they're great stories. And I'm going to get you pumped up because we're going to do some fun stuff today. And then you're going to walk out and you're like, yeah, all these guys are muscles. Are going to take some creatine and shit. You're going to be like, we're going through all. And then 2 days later, you're going to go, yeah, it's cool, man. Another Monday. But see, this story keeps me going. I've seen my family, my daughters, for 3 days in the past month. And I don't want to talk about it too much because I'll get emotional again because my daughters are my entire life with my beautiful wife. But I see them on FaceTime. I flew here last night. I told Derek I landed at 11:35. I get on another plane this evening at 11 p.m. I have to fly to Phoenix. And I got to fly to Phoenix, and then I'm flying home. Sometimes sacrifice is worth it. And some of you might say to this today, you go, Todd, time is the most valuable currency in the world. It is. And for the next 3 weeks, I won't travel at all, and I'll spend a bunch of time with them. But there are sacrifices you have to make to get where you want to go in life. Can we all agree on that, yes or no? I want you guys to write this down. Write this one question down. What's stopping you? Please. Should be everybody. What is stopping you? The reason why I want you to write this down is because I want you to take time to really think about it. Is it fear? Is it self-doubt? Is it limiting beliefs? Is it procrastination, like me finishing the book? Now I'm a 3-time best-selling author. The last book took me 4.5 years to write. It's called The Ultimate Sales Bible. It is everything you need to know about sales in today's world. I don't believe it's the best book because it's mine. I believe it's the best book because I've read every sales book out there. I've been on stages with some extraordinary sales legends. I feel like this book has it. But I was a procrastinator until 2 squeezes changed my life. So what's stopping you? Is it your story? Is a shitty leader? Who are you not asking for help from? Because see, as men and women, if we're strong, sometimes we're afraid to ask for help. Sometimes we have an idea and you might go up to Dom and you're afraid to talk to him about it. You might say, based on someone's tenure, I've gone into a lot of organizations where a new leader walks in, like I'm also the CSO of a $140 million roofing company. And I remember I'd never been in roofing before ever. And when they asked me to be part of this, these guys were like, this guy hasn't sold the roof. He didn't know our business. And he's going to run the whole show? But I had to prove myself. I had to get out in the field. I had to sell. I had to show them what I was capable of. Because a lot of people can talk. How many people believe in here that a resume is bullshit? Raise your hand. Here's the deal. Resumes is kind of a trick question because you have to have a resume, and it's the bright, shiny object. Is it not? See, I could write a resume, which is basically what I gave Tal, Derek, and Mark. And they asked me for references. Yes, sir? And I provided references because they don't know me. Every video you see online can be like, this guy's a baller. He's awesome. Let's get him on. And I could be the biggest douche on the planet. You guys can come here and say, worst choice ever, Tal, Derek, and Mark. Don't bring that guy back. But we have to prove ourselves. The resume is your bright, shiny object. For instance, and please, again, be honest. How many people in here have social media? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you have social media of some kind. Facebook, anything. If you have social media, raise your hand again if it tells exactly what you do on your social media page. I'm with A1 American. I'm with this. I'm with that. I'm a vendor. Raise your hand if it tells me what you do on there. 1 or maybe 2, maybe 5. Why? Are you ashamed of what you do? Or let me ask you more important. Do you hate money? See, the thing is, social media is the highlight reel, you guys. I filed bankruptcy back in 1998. I've been arrested 3 times for fighting, 2001, 2002, 2003. Gone to jail. I've had a DUI. Horrible credit for several years. I mean, like 400. Like, bad. Are you posting that on social media? Hey guys, look at me, I just filed bankruptcy. Hey guys, look at me, I got a 400 credit score. I just want to show everybody. Or is it the highlight reel? Some of you men and women in here, you miss the importance of real. When I post on social media, every single morning I get up and I think about what I want to post before I post it. Nobody runs my social media. I think about it because on the caption, I write down the first thing that's in my mind. I don't let anything stop me. But what this tool is for you guys is that when you write down and be very real with yourselves, this is what's stopping me. Bad leader. I don't get along with my spouse. I don't get enough support. Whatever it is, write it down, and then next column, find a solution for it. It's that easy. It's crazy. Some of us, we spend more time complaining than finding a solution because it's easier to do that. Tal, I had a bad month, man. I apologize, Derek, Mark. I just had a horrible month. But it's politics. Like, it's horrible right now. Like, you understand? No, I don't. I absolutely do not. Find a solution. But if we're real with each other on what's stopping us and you find a solution for it, you won't be stopped. It took me no time. Mental toughness. Let me ask you guys a question. What does mental toughness mean to you, sir, if you don't mind me asking?
Perseverance when it gets really hard.
Love that. Ma'am, what does it mean to you, if you don't mind me asking? Taking what? The bullshit? Taking life? How about this? Mental toughness for me is admitting the things that we need to work on and being open and honest about it to make myself better. It's not always about like perseverance and these bright, shiny words, you guys. Like, it sounds good. It's like, I'm going to take whatever life throws at me on the chin. How's your day going, Todd? I said, better than being 6 feet under. I'm happy I woke up today. This is how I wake up every day, by the way. I have this much energy. I swear to you, you call my wife right now, she'll tell you. Because I believe every day is a gift. I don't talk politics and religion, but I did get rebaptized 5 years ago, and I'm very proud of my faith. And I will tell you this, I'm very strong. This is what I do every morning to keep myself ready. You guys ready for this? I write down 10 gratitudes every single morning. I try to make them different instead of like, oh, I just love my kids, right? Well, no shit. You love your kids, right? 10 things that you're actually really grateful for. One day I had someone pass away 6 years ago. My mentor, her, who I pay a lot of money annually for, I think everybody should have some sort of life coach or a mentor or whatever. And I think that when you invest into it, everybody know if you pay for something, you're going to use it more. Would you agree? I pay her to mentor and to guide me. I remember calling and saying, I lost this person. And I just don't feel like writing down my gratitudes today. You know what she said to me? She goes, that's okay. I don't need the money. So if you don't write down the gratitudes today, then we're not going to work together anymore. Now, I have empathy for what you're going through, Todd, but guess what? Today I'm going to challenge you. I want on one piece of paper on the front to write down 100 gratitudes. Not 10, 100. If you don't write it with a pen, don't type it out. I want you to write it out because when you write it down, it sticks with you more. And I want you to think about 100 things you're grateful for today. Otherwise, we don't work together. I could have taken the easy way out. I was crying when I was talking to her. I lost one of my best friends. And I could have said, you know what? Forget it. I don't need you either. But I challenged myself to do it. It took me 4 hours to think of 100 things I was grateful for. Guys, I was going like, God, thank you for the screw that holds my sunglasses together. So grateful for that. I appreciate you. Dude, it was a stretch, but we miss it. Next thing I write down is 3 attainable goals for the day. See, some of you don't even do that. By the looks in this room, between everybody here, I bet there's probably 800 pounds of protein in a hotel room someplace. Is that fair to say? A lot of people work out. But you know what I was seeing? I was at the gym at 5 this morning. I saw people there. I saw people walking out the gym at 5:30, at 6, at 6:30, at 7. Derek and I were emailing each other at 6:30. That's a choice. Can that be an attainable goal? Yes, I want to get up and work out for 45 minutes. Sometimes the goal of my morning is I want to wake my daughter up and spend 15 minutes with her because I'm not going to see her for the next week. 3 attainable goals. And then you know what the next thing I do? Is I take my phone out every single day. If you learn anything from today, you'll learn this. I take my contacts out like this. I go to my contacts and I turn it around so I can't see it. And I go through my contacts like this and I go, that's the person I'm going to send a gratitude text today to. Hey, Talib, I want you to know something, brother. It's been 20 years since we've talked, which has happened to me. But I want you to know that for whatever reason, I'd send out these texts every day and I just landed on your name. I literally just scrolled. And I want you to know that even though we haven't talked for 20 years, I'm here for you, dude. Whatever you're going through, if you need me for anything, this isn't a sales call. This isn't about money. I'm just here for you. You need someone to talk, and I hope you're doing fantastic, and I love you, dude. That's it. I do it because it changes people. See, I hadn't talked to a girl for 25 years. I landed on her number. I couldn't even believe it was still a number. I went to high school with her. And her name was Amber. I won't tell you her last name. I text her, say, hey, just kind of the same thing. She doesn't respond. And like 2 days later, she responds. And she says, hey, Todd, you know what? I couldn't build up the strength to reply to you because I see you on social media. You went from Section 8 housing to it looks like you built a pretty good life for yourself. I'm constantly following you. I don't go there and hit the like button on your post. I don't comment on the post because I'm still a little shy, kind of still get out there, but I want you to know that I see you. But there's one very important thing that I had to share with you. When you sent me that text the other day, I was laying in a bathtub with a razor blade, and I was getting ready to kill myself. See, there I go again. And she says, I have my arm like this, and I get a text message, just hand to God, true story. And I was literally going to kill myself. And you saved me. And I'm sitting there reading to my wife, and I'm in tears on my couch. And she's like, Todd, why are you crying? Did someone win American Idol again? Like, I'm emotional. I'll fight everybody in the room, but I'm emotional. And I remember thinking to myself, God, thank you, dude. Like, yeah, I'm a faith-driven human. Like, you saved this. It wasn't me. Like, you gave me the ability to do that. So it's a routine. It's something that really, it saved someone. It had nothing to do with money, dude. It had nothing to do with trying to get a deal. But guess what else I found out? That because we rekindled this relationship, her best friend runs one of the biggest consulting firms on the planet. And they had asked me to come in to teach their people how to sell. And I made a lot of money. It had nothing to do with it. But see, if you don't wake up that day, then you let your story stop you. If you're not writing down what's going to stop you, you don't have the mental toughness to say, well, I'm going to persevere through it all. Then all you're doing is wasting time. It's not the fancy words. It's being open and honest about what you need to do to change your life and make yourself, and then tell people about it. Because if you don't, it's going to stop you. Here's what I know. Hardly anything about what they taught you about AI. I don't know anything about it. But raise your hand in this room right now if you believe A1, with no bullshit at all, invests in you and gives you better opportunities to sell and make more money. Raise your hand if you believe that. Okay, let me tell you something. Thank you. Because guess what? Just so Talib, Derek, Mark, everybody knows, I don't know if you guys saw, half the people raise their hand. Yes, Mark? Half of them. So the other half were like, no, dude, I don't believe that. Well, guess what? That's okay. Because every one of you that didn't raise your hand, you should go to these people, if they're the ones that you need to talk to, and say, here's what I think we could do better. Because it's my guess, and I don't know them, that they would be open and willing to hear about that, to have a conversation. It isn't his dad or Talib or Derek or Mark. It's you guys. Without you, this company doesn't exist. Yes or no? Without you, they can't grow. Yes or no? But see, some of you didn't raise your hand, but I guarantee some of you that didn't have yet to talk to them and really give them in detail what you think could help A1 American better. That's a guess. So all these tools will help you make money, but if you don't believe in it and you're not a part of this and you're just taking what they give you and not giving your opinion, I don't care if you've been here 1 day or 30 years. You don't know everything. If you've been here 1 day, your opinion matters. Hey, sorry, Derek, you just onboarded me. I hate to tell you this, onboarding, not so good. If you don't mind, can I give you a suggestion of what might make us feel better during onboarding? Might make the process better? But see, most people won't do that. Why? Because they just got the job. They don't want to lose it. I guarantee that's not going to happen. So when I talk about this slide and I look around the room and half of you raised your hand and half of you didn't, it's all good. Doesn't make you a bad person either way. But do something about it. We can't get better unless we're together. Everybody agree, yes or no? Everybody stand up. We're going to play a game real quick. Everybody stand up. We're going to make this super fun, guys. And I promise you, I'm asking for real, I'm asking for raw, and I'm asking for honesty. If you've ever said this excuse, I want you to take a seat. Now listen, I asked for real. Look at some people like, oh shit, Talib's going to see this. I am gone. I am fired. I'm going to sit down. No, you're not. This is a fun game. But here's the deal. It doesn't work again if you're not honest. So here's what we're going to do. I got several slides. If you have said this excuse, not at A1, but in any time in your life recently, I want you to sit down. Everybody with me? Cool. No, ma'am. A year. Let's do that. I have enough clients, so I'm good right now. I'm complacent. I'm good. I got enough clients, I don't need any more. God, thank you, Lord. Dude, I was writing this, and I was like, if someone sits down, we're going to stop the event. I'm going to have a chat. I'm burned out. Just overwhelmed. I just burnt out. I've been working way too hard. Yep. Gets 1 or 2 of you for sure. 2, 3. Please be honest. 4 or 5. This one usually gets people. Okay. Next one. It's the economy or politics. If you ever blame the economy or politics for your lack of performance, I'm asking you guys to sit down. Remember, real, raw honesty, guys. I don't have the time. Too busy. If this doesn't get 70% of this room, you are lying. I love this. Got about 10, 15 people standing up. Thank you for your honesty. This one right here, I don't ever say I don't have the time anymore. You know what I say? Just tell me it's not important enough to care. Don't tell me you don't have the time. At least you be honest. You see, we spend time on things that we actually give a shit about. Yes or no? Because if I'm interviewing with Derek, Talib, and Mark, and they say, Todd, we got this job for you. It's worth $5 million a year. We want you to work with us. And something happened to a family member, and I had to go like this, where do you think I'm going? Time matters. But saying I don't have a time, it's an excuse, dude. It's not real. See, we're all busy, but there's a difference between being busy and productive. So when we talk about this stuff, I want you guys to realize that busy is not. I'm too busy. Doesn't make you look cool. It's a bright, shiny object. Man, Talib, I'm too busy, bro. Like I'm swamped. You're not going to believe the hours I work this week. And you might work them. It's okay. But you prioritize things that mean something to you. So again, just don't say I don't have the time. Just say it's not important enough to care. This should be honest. Next one. I'm fine with what I'm making now. I'm good. I'm fine. Anybody? Love that? The leads suck if you're in sales. You lying asses. Okay, there you go. I'm getting some people. Look, I finally got you. You're just like, oh, yeah, all right, he got me. I asked for real and raw, all right? Leads suck. Okay, next. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you, ma'am. I'm overwhelmed. It's a lot. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm overwhelmed. Here's the deal, guys. That was the last excuse we have. Stay standing if you're still standing, please. And then Mark, you were still standing, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Were you standing in the back of the room or no? He's just like, I am perfect. So here's the deal. What excuse have you made in the past, if you don't mind me asking, that stopped you from success?
I just don't want to do it.
Love that. Take a seat. Give him a round of applause. Sir, what excuse have you made in the past?
I think wanting to go ahead and give back too much.
Amen. Give him a round of applause. Sit down, sir. Sir.
You're actually putting me on the spot here. I would say that I put my job first on everything.
Put your job first, right?
So I haven't given an excuse for that I can't do something.
So you put your job first for everything. What other excuse has you made in life that may have stopped you from doing something outside of work? Is the excuse I'm putting everything into my job?
That's me.
Could be, right? Give him a round of applause. Take a seat, sir. Mark, last but not least.
I still do it.
No, but is it it's real though? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you've complained before. If it's not everybody, you are liars. See, what I like about what Mark is saying is that sometimes I don't have the perfect phrase up here as an excuse, but every time when there's always 3 or 4 or 5 people standing, I want to ask them what their excuse is. And I want to thank you, sir, because you said something that's very important. You said, I put work before everything. Well, that's also an excuse. Here's why. You deserve peace, tranquility, time with the people you love, doing the things that you love. And unfortunately, sometimes if you do, and I don't know your personal stuff, we won't get into it, sir, but sometimes if you put work, like me, I'm a workaholic too, sir. And it's also an excuse for me at times because it doesn't give me the ability to do the other things that I want to do. And I'm using it as an excuse. Oh, I can't do that, Tyler. I'm sorry, I can't play golf Saturday, man. I just works too much. That's an excuse, dude. So I want you guys to think about the excuses you make, and I want you to be real about writing them down. Like, what excuse am I saying to myself that's stopping me? And sometimes we don't even know it. Complaining, it's an excuse. Listen, I told my wife a long time ago, my current wife I've been with 16 years. When we got married, I said, if you ask me not to travel because I couldn't travel as a kid, we might as well not even get married. And I love you, babe, but I have one life to live. I want you to do everything that you want to do, and I will never stop you. But I also don't want to get stopped from doing what I love to do. I have now been to 52 countries. I am going to Scotland for my 50th birthday in July to play St. Andrews Golf Course. Thank you. Don't want to know what the bill is for that one. But if she had said no, I promise you, as crazy as it might sound to you ladies, I would have not married her. But I was honest with her up front. My wife lets me go anywhere I want. She hates to travel. She's a homebody. We make it work. Because she's not going to say that's the excuse of why I didn't marry Todd. I'm not going to say whatever. It's an excuse. See, complaining, it's bullshit. Because whatever you're complaining, if you just wrote it down, you could figure out a solution in 5 seconds. And if you can't figure out a solution, you can ask someone that you trust that will. So today, you can say, I will. I'm going to say, I want you to stop complaining starting today on the count of 3, and I want you guys to say, I will, as loud as you can. I want you to stop complaining. 1, 2, 3. Next slide. Identifying areas. This is going to be fun. There's additional verticals that you guys could go sell. Here's what we're going to do. I got hospitality, fitness, healthcare, education, property management, and construction. I want someone to say out loud or raise your hand if you know of another vertical, a different vertical, a different type of you could sell your product or service to. Raise your hand if you know. Yes, sir. Commercial office space. If you're not writing that down, you're not currently selling to them, write that down right now. I would have written up here, commercial office space. Yes, ma'am. Senior living facilities. Write that down if you're not already doing it. Yes, sir. RV industry. Write that down. Yes, sir. Churches. Love that. Churches. And guess what they got? They got money. Yes, sir. Car washes. Write that down. Car washes. Yes, sir. Shelters. God, I love that one. Shelters. Write that down. Yes, sir. Military. Huge. Huge one. Yes, sir. Restaurant franchises, right? Okay. Are you guys writing this down? Because here's the deal. If you're not, you hate money. You hate money. What else? Yes, ma'am. Prisons. Big one, dude. We're already paying for the shit anyways, right? What else? Yes, sir. Golf courses. Love that. Yes, sir. Sheriffs. Yes, sir. Totally agree. Yes, sir. Cruise line. Oh, love that one. Cruise lines. Yes. Were you raising your hand? Airports, big. God, man, you guys need to help out with some airports, man. Those bathrooms are horrible. Yes, sir. Water parks. Guys, again, if you're not writing this stuff down, it's free money. Yes, sir. Daycare. Love that. Yes, ma'am. Cleaning companies. Love that. Yes, ma'am. Dorms. Yes, yes, ma'am. Pet grooming. Love that. Yes, sir. Laundries. Love that. What else? Anybody else? Truck stops. Yes, sir. Truck stops. What else? Anybody? Schools, right? Educational systems. Yes, yes, ma'am. Recovery studios, fitness. Yeah, my buddy Phil O'Hara is the vice president for Legacy Healing Centers, and I'm telling you, that would be a phenomenal place. Do you guys know what they have to pay for 30 days in a healing center like that? It's like $30K a person, and insurance covers a lot of that. Is that not a good opportunity to sell to? Yes or no? They got money. What else? Yes. Spas. I love this. There are some fire opportunities in here. What else? Summer camps. Big one. What else? Community centers. What? Love that. Yep.
Your first one.
Yeah, first one. Good. Well done. Closed. Yes, ma'am.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. That's a really good one. Here's the deal. If you're not writing this down, you hate money. Here's the reason why I did this, you guys. 20-10-20. You probably heard of this before. I'm just going to be real with you guys. Someone just shout out how many different verticals that we just told you that you could potentially sell to. Just a random number you think we just said. More. It's closer to probably at 30, because I literally talked to 22 people and like everybody had ideas, right? Some of them twice. That were not on this slide, yes or no? Right? So do we all agree that you've got 6 here, potentially 30 more that you've just discussed? Yes or no? Okay, then is this hard? No. Hang on a second. Don't just say it because you're sitting there. Ask you a question. Is getting 20 new leads a month hard? Here's the deal. It's not. It's absolutely not. But see, we talk ourselves out of it. And I don't give a shit. If you're the number one salesperson in this office, usually you're the biggest pain in the ass. I don't care if you are the person that has been here 30 years and you're like, that's full of shit. You're just stuck in your ways. But it happens in every single sales facility that I go to. You want to know how I know? I was the asshole. I was the number one salesperson that was hard to talk to. I was the person that you couldn't get outside of your box because I broke records in every sales industry I've ever been into, and I was a cocky, arrogant dude who thought I knew everything. Been here 30 years, set my ways, I know this better. I'm better than everybody. You're not going to teach me anything, Tal. You just got here 2 days ago. You can't teach me anything. You're lying to yourself. But see, we think this is tough. 20 new leads a month, you just gave 36 new vertical opportunities? Let me ask you a question. Just somebody throw it out there. If you named one of them, how many people do you think you could reach out to? You said, what did you say, ma'am? Which vertical did you say? Parks and Rec. How many Parks and Recs are there nationwide?
A lot.
Could you talk to 20 of them tomorrow if you really wanted to? Or at least try to contact them, email them? Could you?
Yeah.
So you could do that every single day. 5 days a week times 20 is 400 a month?
Sure.
But could you?
Yes, you could.
We talk ourselves out of sales, you guys, because no one sat down that said, I'm good with the amount of money I'm making. I love that. But if you didn't sit down, you're talking shit if you can't do this. That means you want more, right? If you're not sitting down when you said, I'm good making, you didn't sit down. So you're basically saying you want more money, yes or no? Then if you're not doing this, let's call it what it is. You're complacent if you say this is hard. Because we just did an exercise, and I have horrible handwriting. This would have been all the way down here. I would have had you guys take a picture of it. For some of you didn't write it down, because some of you didn't. You know who I'm talking about. I see you. But you just don't like money. You don't like opportunity. And the thing is, being productive and busy is 2 different things. So finally, the last one, 20 quoted sales opportunities. Sir, what did you say your vertical? Shelters. How many shelters do you think there are in the United States? Do you think you could send out potentially 20 quoted sales opportunities in a month? Could, right? Out of 1,000? Anybody believe you can't? Raise your hand. Of course you can. But see, we look at this because a leader might ask you and say, hey, Derek, I need you to come up with 20 new leads each month. And we just did the exercise. That was planned, by the way. Because if I didn't do that ahead of time, you'd be like, Todd, it's really tough out there, dude, the business. There's hardly anybody we sell to. But I did it for a reason. It led you. That's sales. That's persuasion. I'm guiding you. But the truth is, I hope you accept it, though, because it's for your own good. This is not hard. It's framework, it's consistency, it's how you build yourselves, but you're not intentionally moving every single day. So, next one, reactive order taking versus intentional sales activity, and we're going to get towards the end. What is reactive order taking? Waiting for customers to call. Some of you have been doing this a long time, right? And some of you are just like, man, my book of business is so big, I'm going to sit back, chill, kick my feet up on the desk, and the money's just going to come in, and some of you have earned the right for that production and income. Nothing wrong with that. But how dare you shortchange the people who will suffer if you don't reach that next level because you're tying something emotional to it? How dare you? But see, some of you, you're taking what the customer asks for. Why not offer upselling? Why not do things like this? Proactively reaching out to customers, identifying and acting on opportunities. How about this? What happens to most people if they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing? They become reactive to orders. They stop proactively building pipeline. They forget their role is to create and return on the company's investment. Let me ask you guys something. Anybody, I don't want to know the number. For all the tools, for those of you that believe A1 gives you guys awesome tools to sell, how much do you think they spend annually for opportunities for you guys based on leads, anything else? Somebody throw out a number. Somebody throw out a number. If you were to guess. Okay, let's say it's 1.5 mil. Let me ask you something. If you spent 1.5 of your own money, would you want to return? Or would you just feel like lighting on fire? You see, here's the thing. It's easy to spend someone else's money and not to care about the leads or the hours that you work that they pay you for. That's real easy, dude. Because we don't think about that. We get our commission, we get our paychecks. Some of you are on hourly wage here, some of you are on commission. I don't know how you get paid. But I know that it's coming from A1 American, yes or no? So it's coming out of their account going into yours? So if you were paying Powell to do something or paying me, would you want to return on it? See, here's the deal today. I have a 100% money back guarantee on my deal. I've never had to give anybody their money back, but if you don't like what I've done in your environment or on stage, I don't give a shit about the money. I care more about your opinion and who you are as a person, then maybe you can help me grow. But I'll just cut you a check. Don't get any ideas, Talib. I'm crushing it up here. Customer segmentation. How many of you have a pipeline where you're actually segmenting it correctly, right? Customer A, highest revenue potential. You're generating leads, you're generating opportunities, but you're categorizing them as these are the big dogs. I need to get in touch with these dudes, they're the big dogs. The middle of your B, you're moderate, but there's still growth opportunity there. Finally, your customer is just a maintenance account. What's last, by the way? Someone say it out loud. What's C say? Because that's the easy money. And it's last because it should be your easy money. Number one should be your highest revenue potential. That doesn't say highest earnings that I'm currently making now. Biggest and best opportunity. Second, moderate growth opportunity. Have I upsold them? Have I offered them new products? Have I showed them different things that we had that can help them? I heard someone talk about customer first before I got in here. It should be. I think Talib said, I heard you said their customer is our customer. Is that correct? Their client is our client. Guess what? You're taking money from A1. You're not only sacrificing your family success and what you want to create emotionally outside of work, but you're also not using A1's money appropriately if you're not putting in a dedicated action to make yourself better and make more money. Because guess who makes more money when you make more money? Cool business, right? Pay you more, they make more. Everybody wins. Check this out, guys. Focus areas. I want you guys to just take a picture of this because we're just about done. Think about specific things. And I don't know A1 American, but I'll tell you guys this. Welcome calls from new online customers, identifying additional product needs, strengthening your relationships through proactive communication. Does anybody know the number one reason why most sales organizations lose sales? Communication. Harvard Business did a study over this. It was a 20-year study. This is honest to God truth. 111,000 different businesses over 20 years, an ongoing study. The number one reason why people lose sales, new opportunities, existing customers is communication. You want to know why? Because when you're in sales and you pay me to do this, we're done. I got your money, dude. Next sale. It's the worst way to do it. How about referrals? Has anybody been turned down, like denied, like you asked somebody to work with you and they said no before? Raise your hand. It should be everybody. If you haven't closed someone, how many referrals? Has anybody pulled a referral off someone you didn't close before? We miss those deals. So we talk about focus areas. What if Talib said no to me? What if a customer was said no to you, sir? And they just feel, oh, I'm currently working with somebody who's providing me, because I'm sure that's an objection. Happy with who I'm working with now. Happens all the time. He said, totally understand that, sir. We just want to be option in the future. But real quick, I didn't try to like force you into anything today. Like I just told you what we had was an opportunity. We just want to be there to serve you in the future. Is that fair to say, sir? Here's the thing. Do you know anybody I might be able to serve that might be in a similar industry as yours, knowing that my products are here? Because I promise you I'm going to treat them the same way I treated you. Who's the first person that you think that I could talk to, sir? Head down. I'm just going to wait. They reply all the time. But you don't even ask for referrals on people to say no to you. It's the stupidest thing ever. Maybe their brother owns the company they're working with. Who knows, dude? I don't know the reason. But see, a lot of you don't even ask for referrals on the people that you're currently doing business with. Because that bottom one, the C-level players, the ones that we already have, we're grateful to have them. But here's the problem. You guys miss opportunity because you don't stay in communication with them and ask them, hey, man, I've always served you really good, Tyler, right? We've had a relationship for a decade. Yeah, dude. 3 people. Who's the first person off your mind that you feel like I could serve the way I've served you over a decade? Turn your head, write it down if you're in front of them. If you're on Zoom, if you're on phone, just pause. Don't even say a word, count to 10. They will respond. Salespeople talk themselves out of sales. I want the best ROI for my money. Raise your hand if you want the same for yours. Do me a favor, care about A1's money too. The last one for leaders here, and we're gonna do one thing to get us out of here. I want you guys to read this, and I want you guys to really think about this, because there are leaders in this room that have a title. Could be regional man, could be vice president, could be this, that you're kind of responsible for people, but some of you aren't leading the way you're supposed to. Remember I promised you real? That was me. I was a leader that wasn't leading appropriately for many years, and I learned through my own failure, my areas of opportunity. When I wrote this, my team said, one of the very slides that I wrote myself, they said, dude, that's a little harsh. I wrote that. Harsh, maybe? Because they said that to me. They said that's a little harsh. I said, well, it's true. How the hell can you expect your team to hold themselves accountable when you don't even hold yourselves accountable? If you want accountability, discipline, ownership, and results, start leading with it or stop pretending that you're the example. It's the truth. But some of us aren't. Last one. After today, take a picture of this. I want you guys to really think about what you've learned today. I want you guys to tie emotion to your goals. I want you guys to be a better person. I want everybody up right now. I want you to talk to someone that you do not know. I heard that a lot of people don't know people in here, right? You talk to someone that you don't know. I heard Tal real quick, and I want you to do it real quick, 30 seconds. I want you to go to that person in pairs of 2, and I want you guys to literally, or one person to one person, tell them 2 things that you need to work on, exchange phone numbers, and tell them they can call you out on your shit. Right now. Right now, 2 things. Someone that you do not know, or if you do know them, that's fine, but 2 things. 2 things you need to work on. Five seconds. All right, everybody back to your seats. I know you guys want to get rid of me. I'm trying to help with that. All right, check this out. Who wants to share 2 things that they need to work on? Raise your hand. I'll call on you. I don't care. 1. I'm going to call. I got 5. Yeah, Matt, thank you, sir.
I put be more productive than busy.
Love that. And what else?
Also to be more intentional versus reactive.
Give him a round of applause. Who else wants to share? Anybody have a personal thing? How about talk to your brother? Could you mind sharing yours that we shared together, sir? Okay, stop there real quick. Who loses patience for their kids? Does anybody know who the best salespeople in the world are? Kids.
Yeah.
My daughter is 11, and she comes up to me, and I literally believe I'm bad at a lot of stuff. I think I can outsell anybody at any time, and I'm really good at what I do. That's what I'm good at, right? My daughter, I am the worst closer in my house. My 3 daughters, my wife, and me, okay? My 11-year-old comes up to me. She says, Daddy, can I have a piece of candy? It's 8 o'clock at night, right? I'm just like, no, her name is Abriella, like Gabriella without the G. I said, no, Abriella, you cannot have candy. It's 8 o'clock. You just brushed your teeth. But why, Daddy? I said, well, because you can get cavities. She goes, but Dad, why does that happen? Like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, I said, well, because here's why. She goes, but why does that happen? Why does that blah, blah, blah? I was like, have the freaking piece of candy. She just keeps asking until I say yes. It's a very simple rule, but as adults, we complicate it. Isn't that right? So having patience with my children, sir, I'm identical, because I think sometimes how we react to our children can sometimes move into business. You also mentioned to me the other one, no emotion in business. Here's the thing. I couldn't agree more. It's very difficult. You're supposed to leave what's at home at the door, right? Way easier said than done, as we all know. Way easier said than done. That being said, we also talked that there's good emotion that you can tie to your goals and stuff like that, but the brutal honesty that we just shared with one another, and I told you afterwards, I'm going to give you my phone number, did I not? And that we're going to hold each other accountable. I also explained that it's emotion. My other thing was I would have sat down the moment someone said, I don't have time. Although I'm the speaker up here, right? I'm like, oh, guys, you should never do that. No shit, I do it too. It's way easier said than done. The real is I've done more than probably everybody in this room tenfold that's bad. But I'm real with myself, where sometimes I'll make the excuse of like, oh, baby, you know, I can't, the kids this weekend, dude, I'm exhausted. I literally just got off a flight and 3,000 miles. And now you want to go to Disney for 2 days and I'm sweating my ass off. I'm going to the same rides, we're going on 58,000. And I make excuses because of time. I shouldn't do that. That's my real raw. Who else wants to share something with me, if you don't mind? Ma'am? You. Yes, ma'am, you. Your name? Caitlin. My pleasure, Miss Caitlin. Good to meet you. So share with us the 2 things that you feel like you need to work on that you shared with the individual.
The first one was prioritization. So I tend to, focus a lot more on how fast I can get back to you, in the sense of, if you're going to message me on Teams, I can get back to you right away.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm extremely ADD. And so with emails, if they start piling up, I get extremely overwhelmed.
Yes,
and then I'm like, I'm going to get behind, and then I have to do this, and, and it just keeps on piling up.
Yes, ma'am. I love that. What is the other one?
Delegation.
And explain delegation, because there's a couple different types, so tell me.
Yeah. So I actually just started here.
Yes, ma'am. A round of applause, by the way, for Caitlin.
So this is more with like my previous role.
Yeah.
But if I feel like the team, and usually it was like my team, we're good, we're going.
Yeah.
But if it was, maybe another team that asked us to do stuff, instead of delegating certain steps, we would just take it on, instead of recognizing like they really should be doing step 1 and 2, and then we can take it on. Or what can we kind of collaborate more on to make it where we don't feel overwhelmed, and we are also bringing the best that we can from a marketing and branding standpoint.
Give her a round of applause. That's huge. That's very real and raw, right? Because here's the thing. Delegation stalls people's success. Here's what I mean by that. If you keep doing everything that they're asking you to do, you're not giving them the opportunity to learn, which doesn't give them the ability to grow. Response time. If someone texts me, I promise you, the only time I don't reply, text, email, but I don't care if it's Facebook, I got all my notifications on. You want to know why? Raise your hand if you have one of these cell phone. You have this right here. I have 23 missed text messages, and Caitlin, I'm going insane right now. But they know when I'm on stage, that's what I do. But check this out. Do we choose whether we want to reply or not? We do. It's like, it's Tal, it's Derek, I'll just call him later. Maybe not, because Mark, Tal, Derek, whoever your boss is, I say leader, not boss, but whoever your hierarchy is, if I text you and you didn't know me and I was just a random person, you'd be like, I don't know that person, I'm not replying back. But if the owner texts you, how fast are you going to reply? So I appreciate that, because I am a psychopath when it comes to response time. I don't believe that there's anything busier that you can't stop for 2 seconds and say, hey, I apologize, I'm with the customer right now, I'll get right back with you. I don't believe that no one has it. That's just my personal belief, could be right or wrong. That exercise, guys, because we're about to stand up and leave here in just a second, but that exercise, I want you guys to really think about that. I want you guys to truly believe in the process to make yourselves feel better, because you guys have the ability to do everything. And I think we all agree that sales is the highest paying position on the planet by far, bar none. No college education, no nothing. Grew up in the streets and sales changed my life. But you have to be intentional. You cannot be, I'm busy. Be the type of busy that helps you excel, that's tied directly to the emotional part of how it's going to change your family, sir. And how you're going to give your kids the things that they want, your wife and your spouse and the people that you love. You have to tie emotion to your goals. But some of you are going to walk out of this room today and you're going to go, that tattoo guy some of it was okay, the other thing was all bullshit. And shame on you. I don't expect everything to resonate with everybody. What I ask you guys before you leave today is take the things that did and run with them. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. And if you don't do that, you're cheating yourselves. So everybody up. Last one. If you want a better life, more money, that promotion, buy the house, put your kids through college better, whatever it is that you're going to write down. You guys, it could be more time. It's building people. This is what I love to do. Yes, I get paid to do it. And I make good money doing what I do. But there's 58 other thousand speakers that charge way more money than me, and I think I'm way better than them. And that's my biased opinion. But I do it because half the time I come here, I pay these guys. I believe my ability is to impact lives. That's what I believe. And I promised my dad I would from the very start. And that's what I'm going to do because that's what drives me every day. My wife's behind me. The people I support, my circle is small. I don't like complainers. Ready? I'm going to do it. Are we done playing small? Are we done playing small? Are we done playing small? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Guys, my name is Todd Speciale. Thank you so much for having me.